Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, in the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Verse number 58 of the chapter Al-Baqarah is saying, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, wa iz qulna udkhulu hadhihi al-qaryata fakulu minha haythu shi'tum ragadan wadkhulu al-baba sujjadan wa qulu hittatun naghfir lakum khatayakum wa sanazidul muhsinin. This part of Quran and this verse is telling another episode of the traveling that was made by people of Moses or Jewish people, children of Israel. They were traveling from Egypt towards Promised Land or Palestine, and in between happened so many things, and they are part of the history and history telling it, and Quran came to confirm some of the events, though these events were told by the people of scripture to the people of Arab, and they knew somehow that all those things happened, but at that time no historian and no history writer were there to write all those things down. So whatever Quran is confirming, then we are this is verified for us, and now we are confirmed that all these things happen as Quran is saying and confirming, and this is confirmation for that part of the history that is told by Jewish, and there are so many other things that they are not confirmed and they are not supported by Quran. That is not our concern. So what happened and how it happened, it doesn't concern us, and we confirm that whatever it is said here in Quran, all was there and it happened confirmly. The next episode of the story of children of Israel is that they were traveling and they reached a village or a township or a city. Al-Qarya can give the meaning of a full city or a village or a township, like a ham where people live and they have a system and they have all that. Though here it is said very briefly and not given those details which are told in some other verses. The detailed story is that there was a king, and that king was a tyrant one, and he was a suppressor, and here when they were told to enter that city or that township, they had hesitation to enter, and the story is told in that when it comes we will inshallah explain it in more detail. But here they were told to enter that city with a special condition, with a special qualification, and in a special method, and it was not just to enter that easily from the door and go in. No, Allah said that entering that city is conditioned, and it is provisional, not free. You have to say something when you are entering that city, and that was a word. Allah have gave them a word that you are to utter that word while being humble when entering. Two things are being humble or in a prostration, though the word is used here prostration, sujjadan, but this is not meant, of course, when somebody is in prostration and he is putting his head on the earth, it is difficult to move. So the thing which is meant here, maybe it is that to be humble and in full humbleness, and not arrogantly, and not that you are a someone who has conquered that city or this kind of thing. No, not that, but being humble and bowing and being somehow making yourself a humble one, and go through that gate of the city, saying this. We recite it, say as it said here, that وَإِذْ قُلْنَا ادْخُلُوا هَذِهِ الْقَرْيَةَ, and when we say, remember, O people of Israel, when we said to you, enter that township, that city, and what do else? فَكُلُوا مِنْهَا حَيْثُ شِئْتُمْ, and then you have an ease to eat and use it as you like. Means you are free, and with abundant blessing of Allah at that village, you can eat whatsoever you find it as you can eat, and you have a good life there. As we have mentioned before, hayso can give meaning, both the meaning of place and meaning of the time. Hayso yani whenever and wherever and whatever. All three meanings are included in hayso. Maybe sometime it is used for one meaning, sometime for two, or sometime for all three aspects are included. And here also we can say all three aspects are included. Ragadan, with your ease and abundant, everything is available in that city. Wadkhulul baba, but the condition is that wadkhulul baba, but when you enter the entrance, the main gate, you have to say, you have to be in the condition of sujadan, humble, or prostration, as both meaning are given, and some of the interpreters said this one, and some other selected the other meaning. But the main theme is that be humble and do not be arrogant, and do not enter as somebody conqueror or somebody dominant or some having pride or this kind of things. No, be humble and mean, with the positive meaning, of course, mean, not the negative meaning. So and another condition is saying something, uttering something. And when you it means that when you enter there, you utter from your tongue something and go saying this thing with your tongue, and that was hittatun in Arabic, and it means that forgiveness, or removing of the sins, or removal of the sins, as it can be. The meaning was that, oh Allah, we are asking for pardon, we are asking for pardon, we are asking for pardon. As this was the meaning of that word which was given to them to utter and enter, so that you be obeying Allah and be under the blessing of Allah when you enter that city. And Allah is giving two kind of reward for this kind of humble interest and humble submissive interest, that if they could do, there were two reward for them. One was naghfir lakum khatayakum. One is that we will we'll give a cover to your faults and fouls. You made so many faults, so you diverted from the way of Allah so many times. You are in a situation that is somehow it is defected and it is not on the good level. You have so many defection in that, and you have sin, and you have so many faults and faults. So we will cover all of them. نغفر لكم خطاياكم. Allah is not saying khatiya. It is not used a singular term. It is used here khataya. All of means most of them, all of them, all those which are your faults, we will cover them, and we will neglect them and ignore them and bring you on a level that it would be like that you did not commit any crime and you did not commit any sin, and the fault were not done by you, and you are very clear and good. And Allah is adding here something more. وَسَنَزِيدُ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. That all what we said and you do it, so we will give you cover. But if there are some people who are so much good servant of Allah, they want to do more than what Allah ordered them. Allah ordered them something, but they, in addition, they want to do something more. They want to be more in service of Allah, and they did better than what Allah demanded them. They did more than what Allah. If Allah wanted them one ritual to be done by them, they did it twice and thrice and like this, and they give more time in the service of Allah, and they had more effort. They were muhsinin, and Allah is saying, don't be very whosoever be muhsin, means doing better thing, doing more thing in the favor of Allah's obeying. Allah will give them more and more and more, and Allah is not putting any limit for that. And Allah is saying sanazid. Nazid means that we will add, and we will give more and more and more. That is no limit for that. And here this verse ends, and we will do in next, inshallah, in the next session. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. May Allah bless you all.